Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Career Talks. Yes, it's another session with our new set of hosts. My name is Denver. I'm a People Business Partner Manager here at Emapta, and wishing you all a happy Friday. Of course, I can't do this alone, so here's with me my co host, Joan.
Hi, so thank you for that introduction. So yes, my name is John. I'm a Global HR Business Partner Manager here at Emapta. And together with me is Denver. So we'll be hosting today's live session.
So, Joan, today's Career Talks is kind of special because we are changing the format from the previous ones that we have. And I'm really excited about it, to be honest, because we don't want to create a more scripted one, but rather to create a more natural career talks now.
That's right, partner. So today, we're going to discuss hard topics, experience here in the office, or experience in the office. Not just here in the MAPTA, but probably in other organizations. So our topic for today is favoritism in the workplace, and how are we going to deal with it. So this topic has a lot of gray areas, but I hope the viewers will be able to capture good insights from today's session.
But partner, even if the format of our live has changed, one thing still remains the same. We are still giving away prizes. Before this live, we asked people to send in their comments or anything from the announcement, and we pre-selected the questions from the post. So if you are questions ready for today's live session, then you get the chance to win 500 worth of Gcash.
Yay! So that's right. So please don't be shy and be part of the conversation. After all, it's a great topic to talk about, right? So what are we waiting for, Denver? So let's begin.
Okay, and to make this live interactive, everyone can share their thoughts and send in their questions by commenting below. You look excited about this topic, partner. Actually, I can see that. Actually, yesterday we were talking about this
Yes.
already. And for you guys are considered the favoritism, or the question is, what is considered favoritism in the workplace, and how do you deal with favoritism in the workplace?
Well, for me, I'd consider it favoritism if first, in recognition, right? So, praising one specific person, but clearly ignores the achievements of others, which is, kind of demotivating, right? And also for promotions, right? So, I believe all eligible team members should be able to apply and be given a fair opportunity for this new role, right? So everyone should be able to apply. And another thing is, of course, special treatment, right? And we don't want that. So for example, if my manager is bending the rules, the policies, completely changing the process, then I think I'd consider that as favoritism. Now, how I deal with it as an employee, first, I'm gonna assess myself, right? Am I doing the right thing? I'm gonna ask myself, am I just overreacting, right? And am I doing the right thing at work, right? Because probably there's something wrong with me. Now, of course, I have to evaluate the situation as well. I definitely ask, observe, and assess the situation, and if I can gather evidence, then I would. So this is to support my concerns or my claims, right? And it's also a red flag for me if my teammates, let's say, are resigning one by one. Let's say like 6 of them in a team of 10.
Right.
So that's definitely a red flag for me. And as an employee, regardless of my position, whether I'm an associate, a trainer, I used to be a trainer, HRBP, manager, so I'm very open to my managers. And I usually talk to them and discuss it with them. But if I feel the need to escalate it, then I would, right? Lastly, I will still maintain professionalism at work. So that should not be changed. I still do my job. I still treat everyone with respect, regardless of what I'm feeling at that
That's true,
moment.
that's true.
So I think that's very important.
True. That's true to that. All right. Well, that's a very insightful answer, John. And for me, to be honest, I actually was going through the comment box when we posted our teasers for this live for this career talk today, and I read one of the comments of one of our participants there, and he did mention something about foreseeing or seeing for favoritism as negative is somewhat being stereotyped already. You know, people sees it as negative, but we perceive it differently to begin with. And personally, I would not want to see it that way, because it really depends on the level of maturity of the people or the person who is actually, exercising the word favoritism in itself. I think the only time that it is not good for the workplace is if it affects the performance or how you evaluate your people, especially me as a manager. If I will exercise the favoritism based on how I feel towards the people or my one down, it would definitely or greatly affect the performance evaluation that I will do for my team. But if that favoritism would only be for a specific reason, because maybe that person is giving you a very good energy, a very good vibe, right? Then I would definitely keep on using that in an organization to spread more positive thoughts, feelings to everybody, and to drive motivation. I think it's really now important for us to assess whether the favoritism is affecting the whole team, the organization, or is it just something that helps you to be more productive, right?
More competitive.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
So that's the most important thing. Let's not see favoritism as always as a bad thing or bad or negative reason for us not to have favoritism. Again, if it helps you to perform, if it helps you to be successful in what you do, so as long as you are not stepping on somebody else's toe or fit here, or you're doing the right thing, you are against
You're fair.
Exactly, and you are very much associated with everyone with the positive thoughts and communication and relationship, then favoritism, I'm very much good to it.
Okay, so thank you for sharing your thoughts, Denver. So, and now, after sharing our insights, now we would like to know what you guys think, right? So, do you agree with it or not? If you have other opinions, feel free to share them. So you may comment on our live now, and we'll try to read them live as well here.
Yeah.
And I think I'm seeing a lot of comments here. So let's read them.
Okay, so let's start off with
Chris Picarda. So he asked, is favoritism a form of discrimination?
Yeah, what do you think, Joan?
For me, it can be considered a form of discrimination if we're talking about preferential treatment, like it involves like the race, age, gender. So then that can be considered as discrimination.
Totally,
for me.
totally. Yeah, that's a very good insight, John. Thank you. And we also have from Collantes Fernan Nano. She said, people usually assume as an undesirable or negative perspective on
This is what
favorite-
he mentioned.
Yes, actually, this is what I'm picking up. So, as what he mentioned, but in his question, do you think favoritism can also be good in the workplace, being positive effect, motivate people, and why? So, as I've said earlier, yes, I am actually very pro favoritism, but not in the form of people using it to basically measure how people are performing in terms of their work. But if the favoritism also, as I've shared earlier, is if it will create a very positive atmosphere, also relationship around the company or organization, then why not, right?
Since you are my master, how will you address it if you feel like there is a favoritism in your workplace? So this is from Jonalet Masas Mendoza.
All right. Well, I think we also have to know whether the favoritism is really happening or not, or is it just the word favoritism are being used more often because people see it that way, or that's the context that they have. But in reality, is it favoritism, or they are just, there's a preference?
Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Mhm.
Yeah. So there is a preference.
Agree.
Right? A preference and a favoritism can be construed as the same, right? But it doesn't mean that it is the same. So what will I do if ever that I will see that there is a more favorable people who is like, if a manager is taking the side of the other one, even if it's not right, or if it's wrong, I think we have to assess that. Why the person is more on favor on the other side? Is it a good thing? Is it affecting the whole group? I think that's how we address. We have to really probe. We have to identify root cause analysis.
Yes.
That's what we always say. If it's not good already in the atmosphere, a lot of people are resigning because of the favoritism.
Affected.
Affected of it, demoralized already. Then we have to take care of it. Maybe what we currently do here at Emapta, we do our touch points.
Yes.
Right? Touch points where we, check the temperature of our employees, check how they are doing.
Exactly.
Understand where we can put more help and assistance for process improvement. Actually, that's a lot of things that we are going already. There are trainings that are learning and organizational development
Yes.
created. Just recently, we launched it, LIP. This is to address the leadership, basically, training on how people, help them
How to
manage,
manage it.
right? Exactly. So that's I think that's how we address it. If there's tools, if there are some things that we have, or like an intervention on the HR part or even on the upper management part, then why not activate it?
Agree with you. And so from Edsel John Zuniga, how should an employee handle favoritism at work? So as mentioned earlier, for me as an employee, I would ask myself first, right? So if you're doing the right thing, assess the situation,
Yeah.
or are you just maybe jealous,
Right.
Or maybe you're not competitive enough, right? So ask yourself first, and then assess the situation, and of course communication.
Right.
So you may reach out to your, of course, manager. We would love that, right? That for you to reach out to your manager first, and if there is a need to escalate it to the second level manager, you may do so.
Exactly.
Trust that we're going to do something about it, and of course, don't forget you have HR. So that's why we're here, right?
Right.
And we would love to listen to your thoughts. We would like to listen and hear you. Okay?
Yeah.
And of course, do something about it.
Totally. And to add also, Joan, I think it's also very important that people, before they even report the so-called favoritism in the workplace, we also have to assess and make sure that it's not our emotion talking. It's very important that our emotion will not judge our
Yes.
judgment and how we provide our feedback, because we can no longer take it back. Once we provide this thing to our immediate superior, they may see it differently because they're not on the ground or who's not experiencing it. But learn to also feel if you are saying the right thing based on the truth, or
Yes.
if it's factual, right? If it's not something that you can provide any proof already, or if it's already creating a toxic environment, then let's make an assessment. Self-reflection, it's also important, I would say.
Exactly.
So that is
I
something
do the
that I would
same.
definitely recommend to everyone. So let's again see favoritism. Yeah, it can have a very negative impact to everyone, but
Yes.
let's also have this things that we understand the other side of the coin, because it maybe is a preference for them. And if it's already affecting you as an employee and you feel like it's already affecting your performance, then we really strongly recommend that you report, or you talk to the HR.
Agree with you. And for the next council we have from Milka, is it possible to create a workplace culture that discourages favoritism? So if so, how?
Okay.
Do you think we can not really discourage, no?
Yeah, I don't really want
Cannot
to.
avoid?
I do not it's not that we don't discourage anything. I think it's just the matter of how you manage it,
Manage
right?
it. Mhm.
And again, we
Mhm.
kept on saying it already from the start of our life.
Yes.
Favoritism can perceive negatively because it's always used negatively from most scenarios that we
Mhm.
are, getting from the reports, from people that we are
Yes.
talking to.
Mhm.
But also, let's see if, again, it affects the general population. It demoralizes already the people
Exactly.
around you. If not, then maybe we can address it in a manner where we don't need a bigger audience.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Agree. Thank
Alright.
you. And we also have one from Mikpa. Okay, so he said, relatable issue. And I think a lot of people can relate. So, is
Yeah.
favoritism is a management action to motivate employees to excel in their job? So, and for me, and as what you also mentioned earlier, right? So, motivation is subjective. So, this is subjective, right? So, it may be a management style. It may be your management style to encourage others to perform well, do better at work, right? So, yes, it could be a management style, but of course, let's not forget how other people think otherwise, right? So as a manager, you have to be aware of what others feel, and you have to be careful of your actions as well.
True,
Right?
that's
So
very true.
it's important that you are fair to everyone, and I think that's something that we always tell our managers, our leaders, and even to us as HRs, right?
Yeah. And I would like to see the favoritism in a management action to motivate as rewards and recognition. It could be that because people in the upper management recognizes if an employee is performing really well, if you're doing really good. It's not a favorite, but they just really identify those people who are doing really good at work, have so many passionate applications in their day-to-day responsibility as an employee. So by doing so, by the rewards and recognition, I think that's how the organization, or at least every company here in the Philippines,
Yes,
to begin
agree.
with, are doing it, right?
Exactly.
So also, what can employee can do to if
He or she encounters favoritism. So I think we've discussed this
Yeah, we did.
already. So what are the limitations of having favoritism? For me, bending the rules,
True.
changing the
That's
process,
true.
being unfair.
That's very
so those are the red flags, the limits for me.
Yeah, I think the moment that it already affects the
Employee
employee,
or the team.
the team itself,
Yes,
right?
it could be the team.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if it's so obvious already that one is non-performing, but it's still being, promoted, let's say, being praised for something. I think
Yes.
that's where we now see favoritism as negative action. So that's how we see it. And we, of course, do not tolerate any of that.
Exactly. So
And
report. so report.
so report, yes, it's important. And last live question from Prince Bernard Diana. He asked, I know the topics regarding the favoritism at work, but is there such thing as the opposite of favoritism? If yes, what are the first signs, or how do you know if a superior or other members dislike someone? Thanks and regards to the IT peeps. Miss you guys. Okay. Okay, well, I think we've already answered this
Yes.
question. So there's an opposite, of course. The only time that it will only be opposite is when you are being fair. Again, if you as a manager or any immediate superior can have any favorite employees, maybe because they have a very good relationship because they play sports together. They maybe share the same preference or passion. Maybe they do.
They play Mobile Legends
They
together.
watch, they watch K-dramas,
K-dramas.
yeah. So it can be somebody who you are favorite, you like or favorite because they are doing the same things that you are doing, like the activities, the hobbies that you have. That could be an opposite of it. In the workplace, it again will not be very good for any leaders to have favorite and then
Yes.
affects the performance evaluation. We kept on saying that already. And I think here at Emapta, we are very, this is something that we're keen in making sure that we don't apply any favoritism regardless of how close we are to the people. If they're not performing, then we will address it.
Exact. And what I really love about Emapta, about our team, is that you can actually communicate to your leaders, without
Sure.
being judged,
Yeah.
right? And without, feeling that, am I just bothering your what? So, and I'm really, really happy and grateful for Emapta and for my leaders for. Aww.
Are you gonna cry though? I thought you're gonna cry.
Yeah, so and I love it, and that's something that I'm really proud of here at Emapta. So, and I hope you guys also have the same leaders as mine. If not, try communicate. Maybe they're just waiting for you as well.
Yeah,
So
reach
communicate, reach out. So it's important.
True.
Mhm.
Thank you. All right.
So I think that's it. Our time's up. Oh, our time's up for
We're
this.
over
We're
time.
over time. But we do appreciate that you guys shared your thoughts with us and participated in our live today and for watching us. So we really love that you go all out in sharing. And thank you so much, everyone. We really appreciate.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, partner. It's really an insightful session that we had there.
Yes.
And I think
Mhm.
all of us have learned one thing or two from this. So I hope that maybe we can apply all of that. Maybe, it's time to do the self-reflections,
Reflection.
right? And now, before we end this live, we'll announce the winner of our giveaway. Joan, please do the honor of announcing our lucky winner.
Partner, can you help me with the drum roll? so, so our tech team randomly selected one lucky winner. So it really is a hashtag. Thank God it's Friday or TGIF for you because you won 500 pesos worth of GCash. So congratulations to Colyantes Fernan Nano.
There. So for this, to claim your prize, please send us your full name, email, and GCash number via private message. And we'll be waiting for your message. And congratulations again, Colyantes Fernan.
And again, if you want to be updated with our lives, giveaways, or even job openings, we invite you to please follow us on our socials. So that's Emapta Experience on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and of course, we have TikTok.
And that's it for today's Career Talks, everyone. It is truly a unique experience talking about this kind of topic, and we hope to discuss more of this with you guys. Please stay tuned for our social accounts to be updated on our future giveaways and events. Once again, my name is Denver. I'm the People Business Partner Manager at Emapta.
And I'm Joan, Global HR Business Partner Manager. We hope to see you at our future events and, of course, discussions. So, see you again soon. And we wish you all the fun and happy weekend ahead. So, bye everyone!